Alrighty, so the one Escanor Ultimate, or the one Ultimate Escanor, or however you want to phrase it, got announced yesterday, and I wanted to make a video talking about what you should be doing to prepare, because obviously he is going to be coming out on Tuesday for Global. I guess as of the time of this video going up, they should already have him on JP and KR, so we should be able to see some actual gameplay and everything like that. So I do want to give some suggestions on gear, but I think the safe way to go about it is to wait, kind of watch some of the gameplay from the JPKR guys, and then kind of base your situation off of what you already have. So personally, I have an attack crit damage set that I use for Escanor, but I also swap back and forth between an HP defense set depending on what I'm using him for. Because I actually have this older, the one Escanor completely 6/6'd, and I have all of his cosmetics and stuff like that upgraded. He ends up being a pretty decent link that I can use as an associated unit, so a lot of the times I'll swap him over to the HP set, and then I'm pretty much good to go. I think the new Escanor seems really like heavy hitting, of course, and I guess it doesn't. I mean, obviously you would want him to survive as long as possible, but with the way that his ultimate sort of works, and it gives you that whole state of, you know, you're not quite dead, but you can burn through some stacks or whatever. That whole mechanic is very interesting, and I don't know if HP defense is going to be the way to go unless you're just wanting pure straight up CC for, like, you know, of course, PvP and such. So I don't think really I'm going to be looking at building anything specific. I kind of want to make another HP defense set just so that way I can have one that sits on my, you know, the one Escanor, and then I'll probably swap my attack crit set over to the new one and use that unless I just need to swap one of my other, you know, sets out, I guess. If I need an HP defense set for something, I can obviously just, you know, grab it from one of my other Escanors. But at this point, there will be 4 Escanors in the game, so it's you don't necessarily have to have a set for every single character, but if you're working on box CC and stuff like that, it helps out quite a bit. And at this point, there's not really a whole lot of extra characters that I need to build sets for, so having extra sets for convenience is always kind of a nice thing to do. The new Escanor is also a light unit, so the big thing with that is when you're limit breaking a character who is either light or dark, you have to use those respective books. I have pulled the streams back from whenever I did Trader Meliodas, and as you can see, to get him up from 50 to 60 here, you need 10 3-star dark books, 2 4-star dark books, and 1 5-star dark book. So I tried to look at my Liz summons video as well, but unfortunately for that one, it seems like I had one of those like level 90 tokens, and I'm pretty sure the special missions for the new Escanor are going to be, it's going to take at least 2 days to get all of the missions done, because you have to do the Fort Solgris reward dungeon twice. So that means that I would have to wait all the way up until reset if they do an early maintenance, which basically means that for me, if I'm going to showcase them on stream, I'm going to want to already have these materials ready. Or if you personally are, you know, maybe you want to use, you know, that level 90 token for somebody in particular, I would definitely recommend you use it for Escanor if possible, because, you know, dealing with the dark books and everything like that, it isn't necessarily like a bad thing, but it's like a 3-to-1 conversion using the King Exchange. So you want to, I guess, avoid it if you can. And then for every 5 levels after that, it's going to take 1 6-star book. So at that point, basically all you're going to have to do is you need to go over to the King Exchange materials, and you'll basically just go to any of your books that you have. Unfortunately, I'm low on red books, so I would definitely recommend you farm, you know, books over the weekend whenever they do have stamina this weekend on Sunday before the patch goes live. You know, make sure that you're farming out the books that you need. Make sure you farm out the hero enhancement potions that you need, because I'm a little low on these as well, and just getting a character from 90 to 100 takes quite a few potions, so I'm probably going to try to stock up on a little bit more of these if I can, so that way I'm good to go, don't have to farm anything after the character drops, and then, you know, I can take that time after the update goes live to sort of build up my materials again until the the next character comes out. So if we look at the actual books themselves, if we click on the blue books, for example, we can do equivalent exchange here, and you can see that it is a 3-to-1 conversion rate for light books. So, like I said, you're going to need 10 of these 3-star books, so you'll basically just do the equivalent exchange, go to the 3-star books, and you can actually do this whenever you pull the character themselves, but if you want to just go ahead and pre-make the books, you can do it like that. If I'm not mistaken, there's like a whole menu that pulls up inside your inventory when you're like going to power up the character and you don't have the books on hand. It'll like pull up a menu where it'll be like, okay, choose which books you want to trade in for these light or dark books. So that menu is actually kind of convenient and kind of helpful. So if you just rather wait and do it like that, you can. But if you're sitting on an excess of some of these books, like I have 23 of these, and then 8 of these. So personally, I would probably use my HP and speed books and then just go ahead and grab all of the ones that I need at that point. So nothing too crazy there. I am sitting on 66 Super Awakening coins. I can't remember exactly how many it takes, but at 1/6, I want to say it's somewhere around 70 Super Awakening coins, so I'm going to be using my time-limited dungeons this weekend to make sure that I can farm out Super Awakening coins, of course. They've been a little bit more generous with these lately on events, so I don't think we're going to have too much of an issue sort of like building those back up after the events and stuff like that go live for the festival, because it looks like there's a decent amount of rewards that we're going to be getting, and I would imagine Super Awakening coins are kind of going to be like littered throughout there, so that'll be really helpful. If you need to farm demons or anything like that for, cosmetic enhancement potions or, whatever the upgrade materials that you need are, I try to sit on at least 200 of each of these. And as you can see, I'm pretty much at it at this point. I'm literally at 200 of these, or 199, but yeah, I try to sit on these because all of the festival characters have UR-only cosmetics, or at least the ones that you buy are UR. I think he'll come with an SSR haircut and then SSR gauntlet and outfit from just his regular sort of standard outfit that you start with. But yeah, you can power up all of the UR ones and everything like that. I have enough to do at least the level 100 upgrade right now. I do need to farm out some more OG demons. But the big thing here is that with the festival update, they're going to be adding OG demon food, and they're going to be bringing back the consecutive clear for Belmoth and OG demons. So I have enough to get me through Escanor's power-up, which is great, and that means after that I can basically just start doing my demons each day, all 3 of them at one time, because, they have the consecutive clear, which is insanely nice. I really hope that they stick with it this time and make that just a consecutive feature that's just in the game and not just a festival exclusive kind of thing, but yeah, making sure that you're good on your demon materials is obviously a good thing. I'm kind of low on gray demons, but I'm pretty sure this is enough. I might try to do a couple of gray demons here or there beforehand. SSR pendants can always be kind of a weird one. Making sure that you have SSR pendants is kind of a tough call. The only thing that you can really do is like the Fort Solgris dungeon, but if you do the World Tree, you can actually run the Memory of Earth. You have a chance to drop some SSR pendants here. It's really low, but I do this one basically all the time now instead of the Heavens one, because the Heavens one doesn't have nearly as good rewards. It's basically, just treasure chests and enhancement stones, which I don't really care as much about. So I've been doing Memory of Earth, plus in the exchange shop for this one, you can get Super Awakening coins and SSR pendants if you've been racking up on those. So that can be pretty helpful to grab you a couple every so often. And then other than that, really just like the odds and ends on events and stuff like that give you SSR pendants as well. So I think personally an attack crit damage set is probably going to be best for him, but I can definitely see people doing HP defense sets, because during the live stream they had him 6/6 with all of his cosmetics maxed out, and he was literally right at 70k CC, which is absolute insanity. So if you want to go for the CC just so that way you can try to out CC your opponent, completely understandable. So yeah, I don't necessarily know if there's going to be any specific teams that people are going to be running with him just yet, but I'm sure he's He's going to be pretty versatile, just like the one Escanor is, or at least was whenever he dropped. So you're pretty much going to be able to slot him in on anything at the moment. He's not really restrictive in any way with his passive or anything, so it should be a pretty good time. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of testing and everything from the JP and Korean, players, and by the time he comes out on Global, we should have a pretty good understanding of what is good to run with him. So I'll try to keep you guys updated on that and everything. Probably whenever the update drops, I'll try to come up with some teams and everything that you can use for the character. But other than that, if there's anything that I missed, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. For me, I guess technically this is coming out on Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving if you're American or you celebrate Thanksgiving. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next one.